All right, June Apple. Are we on? Yeah. Okay. So, I welcome again to the Brainjo Virtual Classroom. I'm going to work through the tab arrangement for the Brainjo Level 2 version of June Apple that was also it's part of the Vault in the Breakthrough Banjo course. Also one of the 10 easy but awesome tabs that was included in the book titled that I recently released. There is a link to grab that book if you'd like to in the video description. This again is a Brainjo Level 2 version of June Apple, an awesome old-time tune, old-time and bluegrass, a definite crossover tune. This is going to be in standard G tuning. More often than not, this tune will be played in a jam in the key of A. All you would need to do would be to capo your strings to the 2nd fret to raise all of them up 2 half steps if you want to play them in the key of A. But since this is intended as one of your earlier tunes, to not complicate matters, we'll just keep it in the key of G. Again, all you would do to bring it into A would be capo at the 2nd fret, play it exactly the same, and you will then be playing in the key of A instead of the key of G. So let's begin by making sure that we are all in the same tuning. So let's see. We are going to have D on the 4th string. So again, standard G, G, D, G, B, D. D on the 4th string. G on the 3rd. B on the 2nd. D on the 1st. G on the 5th. Okay, so once again, standard G tuning. All right, and now I'm going to move to the tab view. Okay, and this is the tab for June Apple. Again, I will use this blue box to denote whatever measure I'm working on, and I will play through each measure. If there's anything that needs further clarification, I think I will do so. All right, and let's begin with measure number 1. So we're going to start out again. We're going to spend a lot of time on this 5th fret of this 1st string. So we've got these pull-offs. Sounds like that. A very kind of round peaky sound if you're familiar with round peak style banjo. This measure sounds like this. Okay, once again. All right, now we're moving to the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Nice little dissonant modal sounding sound there. All right, which the chord if you're playing would be an F major. All right, that's that. And then the last measure up here sounds like this. We're going to start with a pull-off, 5th fret to 3rd on the 1st string. Once again. So this whole first, everything you see at the top of the screen sounds like this. And a little faster. Okay? All right. Already sounds awesome, right? Okay. Next measure, exactly the same as how we started out. Next measure, also exactly the same. Last 2 measures are what changes here. This measure sounds like this. So again. Last measure, just 2 bum ditties. With your bums on the open 3rd string. So everything at the top of the screen sounds like this. Faster. Okay, now that's one pass through the A part. Sometimes I would just indicate, you could play it exactly the same way the second time through. On the tab, I've got a slight alteration here. So instead of this, in this first time through where we were just playing single notes that open first string after that pull off, here we're going to play brushes. So this sounds like this first measure. Okay, next measure. Again, this is almost identical, it's just we're substituting these brushes in. Alright, and this measure. Last measure. So again, we can create a nice little train sound, chugga chugga sound, if we keep these little brushes in the whole time. Sounds like this. That steady marching rhythm a little faster. All right, close out this second time through the A part. Again, I've already played this. Next measure. Close out like we did before. Last measure of the A part. So everything at the top of the screen sounds like this. Okay, that's the A part. I'll just pause real quick for any questions. Unless I can't get it to scroll. All right, there we go. Okay, now let's move to the B part. All right, B part first measure sounds like this. So we've got that second note there is a hammer on, okay? We're hammering on, I'm using the middle finger on the second fret. We're starting by playing the open first, and then we're hammering on to the second fret of the third string. So what we call an alternate string hammer on. And then a brush, okay? So again. All right, next measure. Once again, slower. Whoops. Next measure. Slower. All right, next measure, we're going to finger a C chord. So first fret, second string with our index, middle finger on the second fret of the first string, ring finger on the second fret of the first string, middle finger, second fret of the fourth string. And this measure sounds like this. So again, everything at the top of the screen now sounds like this. A little faster. All right. Now let's move to our last four measures. Again, it's going to begin a little similar to what we've already done. All right. So again, beginning with that hammer on to that second fret of the third string. And there I'm just going to do a slight variation. After I brush, I'm going to pull off that second fret to the open. And then play. So that whole measure. All right. Next measure is as before. And now we close out just like we closed out our A part. Ending with. Now again, you see the double dots, meaning you go through that B part again if it's your first time through. So everything at the top of the screen sounds like this. If it's your second time through, then you go back to the A part. If it's your last time through, we'd end it like this. So starting from the first measure you see at the top. Or you could slide in that last note. extra effect. All right, so that is the tab for June Apple. Great old time tune, and a classic banjo, solo banjo tune too. And as you can see, you don't have to do anything really fancy with it for it to sound great. It's all about rhythm and timing, which is often the case. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.